Hi everybody, welcome to the 9Men Morris project, the class that was cancelled. This is week 4, as you see right there. Hey, I'm coming to you live from my classroom, so I just wanted to take the camera. I want to show Josh something. Josh, if you're here, this is my classroom. This is kind of my museum, my Smithsonian, if you can see it over there. You can see pieces of the Horizon space capsule that we sent up to space not too long ago, a couple years ago. Anyway, it's hanging from my ceiling. Alright, well listen everybody, I'm sorry about all of the internet issues here in my classroom. We shouldn't have those issues. There's a buzzing noise, which is my heater on the roof, which sounds kind of weird, and the camera kind of flickers in and out when it's trying to focus. So anyway, here we go. You can see the slideshow to my left, and we'll get started. It shouldn't take very long. You should have a piece of paper in front of you and the abracadabra paper that I sent you not too long ago. You should also be receiving your packages any day in the mail. Today is Friday, December 4th. I know that Emmett and Presley probably get theirs today, and Wyatt and Josh probably tomorrow, and then Caitlin and Lily hopefully by Monday. Alright, here we go. This is video warm-up. This one's called Hamster Stuffing Cheeks.
All pet golden hamsters are descended from just one family found in the deserts of Syria in the middle of the last century. Give them a tunnel system, and they are transported back to the wild.
Look at that. I read that not too long ago. Hamsters come from...
In the desert, they would shelter from the heat and predators by hiding in burrows during the day. Moving X-rays reveal just how maneuverable he is.
Wow, that's cool.
His flexible spine allows him to take sharp turns easily.
Hello, friend.
In fact, his spine is so bendy, he can completely turn back on himself.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's...
Few other animals can perform this complete U-turn.
Yes, love hamsters. However, they're not as clean as that tube indicates. You have hamsters with tubes. They're usually full of poop and food. They're messy little buggers.
Presented with food, he acts as if it's his last meal, stuffing the surplus into his cheek pouches to be eaten later.
Yeah, then they go hide it, bury it. Let's do the other side now.
To keep his food fresh and dry, he secretes no saliva. X-rays show just how he packs it all in. His pouches extend all the way to his hips.
I wish I had one of those. And mine would be full of cookies and candy, and I could eat it at the ready.
And when he can't fit in another morsel, he carries his favorite treat with him.
Oh yeah, I'll carry that one.
Kittens also use play to practice their wild.
They're no dummies. Hey, that was a really cool video. This one, I don't know if this one's going to show. It says it was, the account was deleted, so we'll see. Yep. It was a cool one I wanted to show you, but that one with the hamster was 3 minutes long, so. It was called Jetpack Alongside an Airplane. This one's one of my favorites. This one's called Penguin Slipping on Ice. I'll show this a couple times because you got to hear the sounds they make when they slip. Hear that again now. You kind of wonder what they're saying there, don't you? All right, and now it's time for Weird But True, everyone. Hey, did you know that wild turkeys can run 25 miles per hour? Uh-huh. That's right. I've tried to find a video of a turkey running that fast, but all I found were turkeys running around cages getting ready for execution for Thanksgiving. Hey, here we go. It's time for doodling in math class, everybody. I hope you have a pencil and a paper with you. As we move on up the size and the amounts, P and the Q. Here we go.
All right, welcome back to Doodling in Math
You probably
class.
can't hear the volume here, so I'm going to go ahead.
The points
and,
today, or the P factor, is 20.
Just mute that and jump ahead as we go. So you can see me. I'm getting ready to make a P of 21, which is tough to do, especially for kids. The older you are, the easier it is. But so the best thing to do is just to think of a circle divided into fours, like I'm doing here. And if you put a dot at the top, oops, I don't see the dot, Mr. Smith, and a dot at the right, and the dot at the bottom, and a dot over on the left-hand side, right there. At least you have 4 and you got something to go by. So with your paper, oh, I guess I didn't do it, but think of the 4 parts of a clock. So we just put a dot at 12, we put a dot at 3, we put a dot at 6, we put a dot at 9, and make our way around. So you got to do 20, and it's divided into 4 parts. So that, I mean, you got to do 21. It's divided into 4 parts, so that's 5 per part, but you got to squeeze in an extra one in one of your quadrants there. So give it a try, everybody. Go ahead and start drawing. I'm going to finish up my P of 21 here. I'm going to go ahead and pause for just a sec because I know that a lot of you are probably drawing. Also, you can pause the video now because I'm going to go ahead. If you're still drawing your circle, go ahead and pause the video. That's the best part about watching this on video. We're not live. Go ahead and pause it, and when you finish, just come back. But I'm going to go ahead. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top. So I think I do the lines in red. No, but I got to count 6. So from there to there to there to there are 6. That's my Q in between. I think this one's going to be a pretty one. So here we go. So first line from the top over 6 straightens itself out. From there we count 6 and we move up 6 again. You can go ahead and pause it this time if you like. Draw your 6. Now as we make our way around, you'll start to notice a pattern. It seems to be in the middle of each line, so there's 2 dots in between the dot that gets the line, which is the 6. If that makes any sense to you. Hey, that's weird. That just connected. So what we're doing now, it looks like, no, I must have made a mistake. No, I didn't, but I just got a straight line. So what we're doing now is we got a closed loop. Whenever you get a closed loop, you just go to the next dot. And then you count your 6. I made a messy line there. There we go. That's better. So go ahead and keep making your shape. As you go, you'll probably see that yours is looking like mine, but you're going to start to see the beauty in mathematics come out as the star becomes visible. Really, all you're doing is making a strange looking polygon, an odd looking rectangle, and you're making several of them. And by using the dots, you actually are controlling where the polygons are placed. Again, the beauty in mathematics. What I like about doing these is if you notice the inside of the star starts to form into a circle. Even though we are making, polygons here, we're making rectangles, all straight lines, yet we're forming sort of a circle. But that becomes quite fascinating if you ask me. And that is the reason I like doing these. So look at that. With a P of 21, remember we started out with a P of 7. And I'll tell you this story once again. I've got gate kids who have done the P factor all the way up to 101. You'll bear with me. My lights on sensors, and when I don't move, they turn off. So I got to get up and move around to keep my lights on. Otherwise, I'm going to be in the dark. Hey, what happened there? That was me. I'm sorry. Anyway, we're pretty much done with that, and that's a nice job, everybody. Do me a big favor. Take a picture of yours and send it to me. It's not that hard to attach a picture to an email to me. I would like to see more of that because I want to show off your stuff. So please, take some pictures and send them. We've had a couple kids do it. It's been interesting. Okay. We are now on puzzle number 2, Abracadabra, and you can still see me. I am right here. Hello. Abracadabra is the next puzzle I want to do in the Sam Lloyd puzzles, and you should have that in front of you. It looks like this. Now, if you look carefully at this, well, I guess I got a video I'm going to show you. So, this is a video of me doing the puzzle. So I'll get out of here, and we'll bring that back, and away we go. Sam Lloyd's Abracadabra. Sorry, I had that muted. Hey, any of you parents out there, you recognize this song? You might if you're my age.
The Abracadabra puzzle is one of my favorites. I've sent you this sheet. All you got to do is print it out. We've got abracadabra in a triangle shape. The idea here is to find as many abracadabras as you can. It's very simple. All you got to do is find abracadabra and circle them. I made a hash mark there to let you know that I found one abracadabra. If you look carefully, you will find several other abracadabras. There's 2. There's no rules here, other than the fact that you got to find abracadabras. A-B-R-A-C-A-D-A-B-R-A. I just found another one. 3. Hey, look, it's a pattern. 4. Sam Lloyd made his puzzles look easy, but they were very difficult. So P.T. Barnum said, find as many abracadabras as you can. Find as many abracadabras as you can, tally them up, and then email me when you have the answer. I'll let you know if you got it right, and I'll reveal the actual answer. Abracadabra.
Continuing the pattern here. Very simple.
I'm up to 10. I'm going to keep going. $19. How's yours coming?
So, what I'd like you to do is go ahead and continue on. My gate kids, I think the farthest they've ever gotten was about 31, so see if you could beat that. But as soon as you think you found them all, email me your number, and I'll let you know the answer. Now, the answer will be in the form of a video, which is kind of cool. So do that as soon as you can, and let me know how you did. But I don't want you to do it right now because we're continuing on with the class. Unless you want to push pause, and then, you know, you can finish Abracadabra and come back to the class. Oh, I love this recording stuff. It's so easy. All right, back to the class, everybody. So there you go. Finish the puzzle on your own. When you think you have found all of the abracadabras, email me your total. I will then reveal to you the exact amount Sam Lloyd made. It's very interesting. Hey, it's time to move on. So you want to be a Roman soldier, eh? I know you do. Whoops. That's me. Clicking on the wrong thing. So you want to be a Roman soldier. You need to learn the order that makes a legion. That's right. So remember, here we go. 8 men equals 1 contubernium. Contubernium. Well, I can't even pronounce that. So this is you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep that in mind now as we move on. So 10 of those makes 1 century. So there's 1, and that's you up in the upper left-hand corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so that makes a century. Your army's getting stronger here. 2 centuries makes what's called a maniple. So 2 of those, you're up in the upper left-hand corner. 2 of those, and we've got a maniple. Now, 3 maniples makes a cohort. So you're up in the left-hand corner. There's a cohort right there. All right? You're part of this cohort. And 10 cohorts equals a legion. So this basically is 1 legion, and I think in the Roman Empire, whoever was the general had several legions to use. You're there. That's you. Hello. Do you see yourself? You're just one of many. All right. So in next session, it's going to be your first battle. Good luck. I hope you don't die. All right. It's time for 9 Men Morris, everybody. It's session 4. It's called Making Your Own Game. This is what you're here for. You guys have made your own 9 Men Morris game board, but now it's time to make your own triple-decker game. And your goal, of course, like I just said, triple-decker game based on the 9 Men Morris game. It's going to look a little bit like this. Now, I've got a couple videos I'm going to show you. These are 2 samples from my students who have made this game. This is Talia's game.
Hi, I'm Tyler, and this is my triple-decker 9-man Morris game.
This is really cool.
I began this game by making plans. Here are my plans. This is my first deck. This is my second deck. This is my third deck. You take a card and you put it on start. Move 1 spin. You make your way to the elevator with spinning.
I'll show you how to make those spinners. So she's moving around her first deck. Those are cars. So the people who play, you get your own color car. You gotta move your way to the elevator. I'll show you how to make elevators. This is her second deck, which is called Stop Sign. If you get caught at a stop sign, you lose a turn. So you're racing to get to the top.
Oh, you got to get it to your house.
Yeah.
And again, you're racing to get home. You pull your car into the driveway, and that's your home. You win the game once you get home. Very, very clever. I love that game. Now, this is the game from Avery. Hers is different. Everyone is different. Avery's game, same music.
Hi, I'm Avery and this is my game. The first deck, it's basically just regular 9 men's Morris. Play with 2 people and you put your buttons on either a corner or a middle of any square. If you get 1 mill, a mill is 3 in a row. Put it in the first mill slot. Here it says player 1. When you get 2 mills, you'll get a mustache button.
So when you get your mustache button.
And once you get 3 mills, you win that deck, and you go up to the next deck.
Elevator.
The second deck is basically just a board game. The person who won the first deck spins it, and whatever it says, you have to do it.
When you get to that spot, you move up.
This is my third deck. It's called the party deck. Either can sit down at the counter, you can go down the slide, you can go in the photo booth. Whoever goes around on the second deck wins the whole game, and you get to go to the party on the third deck.
Because it's a party on the third deck. That's right. You've already won the game, you go to the party. Great concept, great idea. Oh, we already saw examples, Mr. Smith. Okay, everybody, let's take a look at your project. In the box I sent you, you'll get a sheet of paper. It's a packet. It has 3 pages on it. Those are your plans. That's where you're going to make your plans. All right? And these are what the plans look like. You can make them any way you want. You can make your game any way you want. I'm going to keep showing you examples of games throughout this next week so you can get some ideas. And the first level does not have to be a 9 men Morris game. It does have to be based off 9 men Morris, if you notice. We like to just use 3 buttons for that one rather than the 9 buttons because it's easier to get around. But your goal is to get to the top deck in some way possible. Okay? So you need to make plans. Let's take a closer look. Okay, one of the 3-page papers provided in your materials or in Google's. I don't want you to do them in Google Docs. Just skip that. All good things come from plans, right? This is the plans for the Empire State Building, and that's how it was made. They didn't just make the Empire State Building. They had to plan it. Your job over the next 3 weeks is to plan 1 stage and then create the deck. So this is the first deck, and this is what you're going to do for the first week. You're going to make your plan, and then you're going to make your deck. Now, you're making the first deck on the black or the white foam board I sent you in the packet. You're not going to use the plastic sheets that are in there right now. That's for next week. Don't use those at all. You'll use the materials I provided and sent to you. So you have the foam board, like I showed you. You've got either white or black to choose from. I don't care which one. You've got colored electrical tape. You've got your Sharpie marker that I already sent you. You can use colored Sharpies that in addition to using the electrical tape, but the kids mostly use the electrical tape because it's easy to work with. I was supposed to send you some cups, but I didn't. But you can just find some plastic cups. They're good for storage. Buttons I've already sent you. And this is called Velcro. It's double-sided Velcro, and I sent that to you. You'll need that to make elevators, which we'll talk about later. Okay? Okay, here we go. Step 1. Plan your first deck and then make it. But here are the rules. Rule number 1. Your first deck will be a version of the 9 Men Morris game, using only 3 buttons. Only 1 button is allowed to progress to the next 2 levels. The game ends on the 3rd level when the 1 button reaches a goal. Rule 2. We'll do 1 deck per week. You will not move on to the next deck until you have shown me your plans. Rule 3. The first deck will be created on the white or black foam board provided in your material packet. You will use a combination of colored electrical tape and or markers to put it together. The second and the third deck will be created in the same manner, but you will use the 2 plexiglass sheets I sent you. Rule number 4, your second and third decks are completely up to your imagination. Get as creative as possible, like you've seen from these 2 girls. And the sky is the limit. The second and third decks are not versions of 9 Men Morris. We'll talk about this in the weeks to come. Okay, so let me go back to that. This is a plan. It's called In the Solar System. This is this student's first deck. You can see it looks a lot like 9 Men Morris, but she shows a lot of things like power-ups and buttons on the side and a place where she has dice, a place where she stores her buttons, and so forth. This is another version of somebody's first deck. Again, it looks a lot like the 9 Men Morris, but there are certain spots that do certain things, like they may power up, or you may have to go back a space, or you may lose a turn, or it turns into a ghost button, and the ghost button can float around. That's pretty interesting. Okay, out of those 2 things I showed you, here are 2 examples of the 2 stages. So the one I showed you first is this deck, and then the one I showed you second is this deck. By the way, this is the same deck that Avery used. This is Avery's first deck. Okay. Take a look at some of the things you may want to add. Sorry about that. Cups for storage. Again, I didn't send you these cups, but you can get these anywhere, and they're cheap, and you just hot glue them to the board. So your assignment, doodling a math class. Create a star with a P factor somewhere between 20 and 25 and share with me. Plan your first deck. Email me with a time and a day to meet one-on-one via Google when I'll approve your plans. Okay? Now, again, I have to approve your plans. So if you email me when you want to meet, I can set it up on WizIQ, or we can just meet on Google, like the FaceTime they have on Google. It's very easy. So let's do that. Again, you're just making your first deck. You have a hot glue gun in your packet. It's pretty low temp, but it still will burn you. I would like parents to operate this instead of you. So, and I'll send parents an email with that. Okay, class. That is your first session. That was a long one, wasn't it? Whew. All right, we got it all in.